Let her rip. Let her rip, tater chip. It's Barnburner here on a Thursday, a beautiful Thursday. Just a beautiful day out there. She's a beaut, Clark. Absolute beauty. Got up this morning, grabbed a cup of coffee. Figured I got to have a nice hot shower, get on with my day, and then all of a sudden, what the H? We can't shower. We can't. Can we drink? Can we have water to drink here, or is that off?
I mean, you could drink, but please limit the amount you're drinking, Dean. No mouth on the faucet after playing basketball in junior high. You can't be draining this thing.
Yeah, because I get up. I've just got my stupid little little water bottle thing. I just usually fill it up, take it with me. I couldn't even.
What's the problem?
Well, there's like an Amber Alert for water or something this morning. Now you were already up. This was at 6 something. My wife's phone was not on silent. It was like, wah, wah, wah. I'm like, really?
Water has gone missing in Calgary. Water has been kidnapped.
It's been. They actually found it. It's in Montgomery. Getting wasted at
is that what it is? Just laying around? Yeah, laying around. No, we got the alert this morning, Retro. The an emergency alert it's affect Calgary CFL notice. Water main break along 16th Ave has impacted the city's water supply. Supply levels have reached a critical state, affecting the city's ability to provide water to communities, ensure adequate water is available to support emergency fire suppression. All residents and businesses must conserve water. Do not shower or bath. Do not wash dishes or run appliances that use water.
I don't pay much attention to that shit.
Showering or the authorities?
No, the emergency alerts.
Yeah. Car wash has got to be a tough day, I would think. Right?
Who else was I thinking about? Those poor bastards.
I don't know. Those car washes, some of those new ones, they recycle the water.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Someone's dirty truck water all over my car. Perfect.
Or my ball water after my shower. Have some recycler down in the, because that's what they're talking. We need to be more sustainable, right? You need to be able to recycle your own water. Use it again for your dishes or for your whatevers. Yeah.
Wash balls and make tea.
I got to make a point here. So the Boom Cat, he gets a little upset with some of Pinder's down under and video tape.
What?
And then the Boom Cat throws out a ball water.
It's ball
water.
A little ball water, a little pouch sauce, Major Swass.
No? Boss, he's going down a path here.
Yeah, well, fuck it. Patrick, he's look at this here. Rain barrels. You need some rain barrels. The two I have are full after the last 2 weeks.
I was gonna say I don't know anything about drought. It's been nothing but fucking rain all May.
That's the narrative, though. It's gonna be that's the drought. All it took was one water main break and a city of 1.5 million people.
The drought broke the water main.
So, yeah.
I got a buddy who lives in the area. I just sent a video to Jack. Like it's a lot of water that's been found.
Like 2013.
But like,
honestly, shades of in a weird way. I'll explain it when the video comes through. We got a moment to kill for that.
But like the city, the whole city.
So in Buffalo, any beer shortages after last night's caucus with the Flames brass?
I don't know. The fellas must have lost their phones because I didn't hear back from them. I don't know. That's the only explanation.
I hope Noodles didn't come down.
It can't be that they were too busy to hang out with me, right?
Noodles booked the chopper. Booked the chopper to go down there and see you guys.
Now,
getting the chop up.
I do wonder if they're hanging out with other highfalutin folk and maybe conducting business. But
have you been sliding down the power rankings, Rhett?
I doubt that.
The power rankings, or that they had other things high level.
Well, I just think like, okay, so Marty's working for the team, Iggy's working for the team, Connie's the GM. I mean, these guys are surfacing everywhere.
They were on a line together, and they think that they led us to the Stanley Cup, and it's shift and this and that, and really it was the block shots by Stefan Yell and Rhett Warner, Andrew Ferentz.
I mean, they just had the alumni tournament. You were back for that, or?
Yeah, the alumni golf happened
last week.
You know what's
had a lot of them on the show.
Oddly enough, I was going to be in town, but not invite from the alumni.
That does seem odd that they wouldn't invite you.
It's weird too.
Maybe you are sliding in the power rankings.
3 of the big alumni events that they do all year. I was the mastermind behind. But hey, whatever.
And your buddy Reg is running the golf too, right? Like he's
He's in charge of it.
Yeah.
Him and Michael.
Now, is it possible that both you and I suffer from the same ailment, the same affliction, where we've just said no and not gone to things for so long that they just don't bother with us anymore?
I don't
very strong
think
probability.
so. I was
They get a yes, and then it's crickets.
To be fair, Rhett's excuse is that he lives 2 time zones away, Dean. So when he does show up, they don't expect him because
That hasn't always been the case, though. I don't know that it's necessarily a Buffalo thing, but
I've got
no, but it's
every
certainly not
year
got
that
better.
if I lived every year I lived in Calgary, I always went to the alumni golf. Absolutely,
Sure.
I went to the alumni golf, and then I went to the toy drive. I always did the toy drive. I left them a little high and dry the one year when I skipped out on the hockey school.
yeah, there was that.
But
still comes up too. I don't know if you did they still talk to you about it, because we sure
you know
still
why
hear a lot
why
about
it comes up. Because the people that filled in are old people and have nothing else to talk about. Do you know what I mean? They get something in their craw. It's kind of their backpack, and their lives don't advance enough. So they just 89. We won a cup, and Warner left me high and dry for 2 days. Holy smackers!
I think it was less than 2 days. It was just the shock and awe when you were like, "Hey, I'm gonna need somebody to cover for that second week of the hockey school," and it was not because you were going to a concert or you were going to be out of town. It's because you moved 2 time zones away and told no one. So, well, where's Warner? He moved.
Now, just
what?
a second here. When you say told no one, that sounds like I need to report to people. I don't have to give anyone.
No, I would rephrase that. I would say you left on 5 days' notice, and you did tell.
No,
people.
it was 48 hours.
Well, it's not a permission thing. It's just you didn't inform anyone, or you didn't tell anyone, or you didn't share your
inside of 48 hours. I told everyone I needed to tell.
Did you?
You're like one of those army GIs, like the
Were we on that? Because I remember.
Don't give them the mission until right before. We can't have any information leaks. Then 48 hours, boom, load up the jets. We're going. You're on a mission.
Because we were going to a meeting of some sort. There was something going on, and I remember texting you, and you were so what time is it? Where is it? What so what is it? Who? And then it was day of, and because of our proximity, I think I'd asked, like, "You need a ride, or are we going together?" And you sent me a photo of you and Rob Ray at a Buffalo diner. And I've seen you 3 times since, and that was 2.5 years ago.
That 2 drafts.
Yeah.
What did you see every
that
day?
on you or me?
Magic of technology.
Well, I mean, I don't know. If it's
See every day.
It's probably an off-air conversation, I guess.
I think we have the video from Boness.
Okay, let's take a look.
I was concerned because BK Beaufort Liquor is located just off 16th Avenue, and Mandeep's in the comments here. So you mentioned shades of 2013. There was a Safeway in Mission that looked exactly like this in 2013, except the water was another 2 feet higher. This is just off 16th Ave, if you know where I'm talking about, by the batting cages and Hellard Field.
Oh boy,
that's a lot of water missing out of pipes. That's not the river high. That's a water main break.
This has been running for a while, right? It started yesterday.
I have no idea.
There's waves.
Yeah,
you could surf there. Put a rock in and surf it. Like that's a lot of water.
The wave runner. The wave. Yeah.
I don't know what the audio is, so you gotta be careful of that. This is my buddy that likes to curse. He's a pipeliner. So
it's a lot of ball water.
That's just Woo. And luckily, Mandeep's in the chat live again today. Mandeep 2 in a row. Love it. Said he's at high ground, and in these times, even more important that we save the water and drink the Barn Burner Blonde.
That's a good point by Mandeep.
Thank you, Mandeep.
Thank you, Mandeep. Godspeed. If whatever that means.
Oh, that's not the right one. There we go. Thank God for Mandeep. That's right. Probably a good time to blame Nenshi, right? Is that how this works?
Freaking Nenshi.
Wouldn't put it past him.
And I had the nerve to wear purple today. Unbelievable.
Wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, it's all part of a elaborate scheme.
I hope the Origin fellas at their new Calgary location are able to get some water into the tanks here today.
Yeah, I know.
That's because I was thinking, what was I thinking of that needs water? Brew and beer needs water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fellas.
Well, I mean, maybe we shouldn't joke We're kind of, you know.
Well, I didn't shower today. That's no joke. Jack, I told him he didn't show up.
Yeah.
Jack's at home.
Yeah.
Said he needs a better monitoring system of some sort. What happened?
Seems like something needs to be done. You know?
Yeah. I'd fix that main. That's what I'd do.
It's all the bike lanes.
It's freaking
Got a lot of bike lanes.
It's a lot extra weight on the roads.
All that work, and they've had to constrict. Like it all adds up. It all adds up.
The truth is out there.
It's there. Well, and Ryan Pike with a little, geography. It's BK Beaufort a little further west, thankfully.
Thank you, Pike. And that is a Pike bomb. Yeah. High ground too. By Winsport.
It is definitely high ground from that Safeway for sure. Yeah.
Then they built the overpass too. You got even higher.
Yeah, that's right. Look for the new signage. Still new, right? It's within the first year.
I would
consider that still.
Don't ask Mandeep about that. He gets hot.
Does he?
Hot. Oh.
Well, what?
Landlord said that'd be done a long time ago.
Well, fuck him.
Well, I don't know. I think probably a lot of people just things ran behind.
I see. Sounds like.
I was going to say we usually start the show about now, so we're not.
There you go. On the show today, nothing. No hockey to talk about. No guests, and sure I see there's some snakes coming up. So
do you see that? How do you know there's snakes? Have you been snooping?
Well, I go in to see.
Are you looking inside the Pinder Report folder?
I go in to see what you've got because I don't need to bring things in.
What
twice.
Were you worried about overlapping with today?
I wondered if you had the video, the Prime Video, the Drive to Survive is doing the NHL documentary or the follow the playoffs. That's or whatever.
Way too serious for him.
Who knows what goes in. There's a lot of stuff that's very serious, so serious that it's not funny or interesting. And then other things, I did not go in with any. I did not have any snake videos, although I did. And I wonder about this. You're a conspiracy theorist. You're a crazy person, Rhett.
Yeah.
The last couple days, we've been talking about what maybe instead of snakes and alligators, we need some ostriches. I've had ostriches showing up on my algorithm.
Good.
I haven't been searching them.
Yeah.
Just the phone sitting here. Is the phone listening to me?
Absolutely.
Hey, is it?
No, why wouldn't it?
They admitted to it.
It's got ears. Why wouldn't it listen?
So
it's not a conspiracy.
It's like, take a look. There's like, oh, here's a guy, and that's ostrich. And then there's another. This is somebody getting chased by an ostrich, and this is somebody riding an ostrich. What the H is going on?
There's
important question,
Dean.
Fucking Nenshi.
Is it too many ostriches?
It's never too many ostriches.
Really?
It's never too many.
It's a big day. I don't know. Jack is absolutely wound up. I think
What's
one of the reasons
about?
he's not coming in today, he's getting his face paint on. CFL kickoff tonight.
That's right.
And he is a monster 3-down honk.
Huge Memphis Mad Dogs fan.
Yes, Birmingham Barracudas.
Yeah. Damon Allen and the Mad
Posse.
Dogs.
Oh, he's a Hamilton Tiger Cat fan because of the colors.
Steelers
Yeah,
colors.
I guess it's
Steeltown. Yeah. Look at that, eh? I've even heard of two of those guys. That's awesome. Is that Kenny Pickett top right, Jack?
I didn't know Nick Lewis played for the Elks.
He slimmed down, leaned out it.
Is that Bill Peters?
Bill Pete.
Kenny Pickett, Bill Peters.
Pickett? Oh my God.
Henry Rollins? No, Hollins.
Justin Houston.
Yeah.
Although I do believe that's Tavares Daniels. News?
Is that the same as ostriches? Are ostriches and emus the same? I'm not sure. So what is more on that coming up in the Pinder Report, I assume?
Yeah, we got lots of CFL because there's certain things that need to be done to hold up the CFL traditions, but also they're kind of getting with the times a little, which is I know. Hope you're seated.
If you're not careful, John Bender's going to walk in there and just play whack-a-mole in your head.
Where do you think I get all this info?
Kunk.
You're talking about ostriches in your feed. John Bender's he sent me 6 items on the CFL already today. They're going to be broadcast on CTV at 3 p.m. Saturdays Eastern.
I saw that. Yeah. Look out, F1.
Now that we're on Peasant Vision, not just cable, the ratings. Okay.
All right, Johnny boy. All right.
Okay. So Jack must be excited. Boss, are you? I don't even know if Boss has a mic at home.
I got these shitty headphones. Yeah, I'm thrilled.
Sounds it.
No, you know what? It's things that come up that I've kind of slipped through the cracks and things that I was going to bring to the show, and then I forgot about it. Disrespected by Chuck Knoblauch the other day, the people of Buffalo and the Buffalo Bills. Did you hear about this? Did you hear Chris Knoblauch? Is that his name, Chris?
Yeah,
Corey?
yeah.
Colin? His comments, he was asked, the Florida Panthers, they have a little bit of Stanley Cup experience. Do you think that gives them an edge? Do you think they're maybe 1 foot forward because they've been to the Cup final before? And Knoblauch said, well, ask the Buffalo Bills about the experience of being in a Super Bowl and how it helped them. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but that was kind of the point he was making. He gave a big middle finger. He gave the bird.
I disagree with you. I'm going to counterpoint that because that's how I roll. I think old Chuck has spent enough time in Erie. It's an hour from the stadium. Chuck has attended many a Bills game and feels the pain of the Bills fans and the mafia. He's a Buffalo Bills mafia member. I guarantee it.
It might be because it was kind of front of mind. I was interesting that he went there because it's kind of a moldy reference by now. There'll be a lot of people, Buffalo Bills Super Bowl. They probably had to Google what the hell he was talking about.
How far is Erie away? Explain this to us.
Hour.
Like,
it's
okay.
so close
down
to
the
Erie.
lake. Yeah, and like from the stadium, it'd be an hour.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so he's been in Bills territory.
Guaranteed.
That makes more
You
sense.
ready for it? Look at it, the intrepid Jack finding the deets.
A team that has a ton of Stanley Cup final experience. They were just there last year. Is that an edge that you guys have to overcome, and how do you do that quickly?
Experience is good. I don't know how much experience is beneficial. You can ask the Buffalo Bills how important Super Bowl experience is.
Shot across the fucking bow.
I think the biggest thing is just having confidence to play, and when our guys
he's
are playing their
you can
best.
see him. He's like, how do I do this without offending people? And he's wading his way. And he's like, well, I'm just gonna say it.
But he did kind of have that. Well, ask the Buffalo Bill. It kind of like he was part of the group that's had the heartbroken.
If you've lived in Erie, Pennsylvania, for as long as he coached, then you know what's going on with the Buffalo Bills. You're hearing about it.
Yeah. Now, what do you think
about experience?
If
For the Bills.
I think we talked about it a little bit yesterday, not so much as the Bills, but for the Panthers, just being maybe
I don't think it gives a
more comfy.
Maybe.
He's trying to plant the seed, guys. That's what's going on here, right?
Yeah, maybe. But
no, but I mean, just between us, I think that there has to be some, right? There's got to be some added benefit, whether it translates on the ice,
especially when you go back to back. Like if you make the Stanley Cup final your first year and then you make it your last year, do you have experience?
Yeah, I know. Right?
Like, yeah, there's benefits to it, but I don't think that slow. Is McDavid going to be the bright light's going to be too big?
Yeah, no, I don't think that's the case.
Right. I think
it's the other guys, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting you talk about as well. I don't like having experience in the locker room. It was Matthias Ekholm who went there with Nashville, and he had said the one thing that I'm going to focus on is making sure that we're ready, that we're focused, because when the Predators were there, it's like
2-0.
It was about a game and a half. It was about partway through game 2 before we finally settled in and realized, okay, it's the same dimensions of the rink. The puck's the same. Let's just start playing. Jesus Christ. Like, let's get it going here. And it was a little too late. So I think there's some to it, but it's, and again, remember, it's a week for the media to have to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff.
And it's not like if you're working at the Edmonton Sun, is that still a thing where they're going to say, well, the Oilers are in the Cup final for the first time in forever. And we know there's no games this week. So
take some time off.
You don't need to really bother with much.
You guys have been traveling lots because Oilers have been busy.
Fans probably don't expect to read or hear about the Oilers in Edmonton this week. So don't worry about it. I understand it's hard.
No, and that's the best team on the ice is going to win this thing. But Florida knows the rhythm. They know the routines. They understand how much bigger the media scrums are. The schedule won't be foreign. the constraints off the ice they're familiar with. On the ice, I still think we got a great long series, but the Panthers know what they're walking into more than the Oilers do, including their head coach as well.
There's only one major distraction, and it's media day, and it's a pain in the ass, and you can get caught up in it, and you can start thinking about how effing great you are because everyone tells you how great you are, and it can be distracting. After that, the schedule's the same. You've had this week off, which sucks. You play a game and you're back into it. The schedule's good. You know what it is. The travel's going to suck for both teams. It's one of the longest travels you can have.
Yeah.
But you're just playing hockey. And I think that's where the experience is good, where you can just, it's hockey. Maybe it takes the Oilers 2 periods or one game to get to that point, but there's not that much more to it. They're so protected nowadays. Yeah, you've been traipsed out to sit in front of the media at that stupid podium table and answer questions for 2 months now.
That's the thing, Rhett.
There'll be more, but it's all the same.
Because you've been on the one side, we've both been on the other side. You'd go into the room, and that's the thing. For the Cup final was usually when it changed, but it's been changed for a while. Reporters would just go as a herd of wild animals into the locker room, and they could ask questions. And if you're the PR guys and girls or whatever, you're in charge, you don't really know what's being said, or is somebody maybe saying something that's off base, or is somebody getting a shot of something that's in a locker stall? Who knows, right? But we're going to bring out so-and-so talk. And the media people stand right there. They're right there. You're not going to get some salacious comment off the cuff anymore. It's just so policed. But yeah, like you say, now it's set up. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, 11:15 a.m. podium. So all the media knows to be there, so they don't miss anything. It's
I remember sitting in a room and they'd be like, "Hey, are you guys ready? We're letting the media in."
Yeah.
I've got another angle on this. Is there the slightest bit more satisfaction of arriving at the final for the Oilers versus the unfinished business of the Panthers? I know we're kind of twisting what we're talking about. Here,
maybe, right? Yeah,
I don't think the Panthers are excited that they won the Eastern Conference. They're like, no, to win the Cup, we needed to do this. Where the Oilers are like, yes, we finally got our first win beyond the second round. Oh, and we're in the final. There's just a little bit of that pit in your stomach. And Rhett, you know about this. We don't. I can't imagine the sting and the hurt of losing that. They have the ability to erase that. Edmonton doesn't have that to erase. Edmonton doesn't.
Which may mean nothing on the ice once they start playing.
Yeah, the better team probably still wins.
They're going to be more focused, but this is kids' dreams. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can say more focused because you're in the Stanley Cup.
There was undoubtedly more of a accomplishment feel in Edmonton than in Florida. That's
part of the business stuff. But yes, you can be. And now I would say that if you've got a good leadership group, and I would think that Paul Coffey has to be that for the Oilers, where he walks in the room and says, and Ekholm, whoever else, Corey Perry,
Henrique,
whoa. Okay, we did the media day. It's over. What do you get? We focus on our details, what we need to do now. There has to be that leadership is important, and it doesn't make a difference. Don't get caught up with trying to be heroes. Don't get caught up with thinking I got to score the overtime goal in Game 7 and be immortalized for business.
No, we kind of had fun with it yesterday too, and I guess the day before, seeing the McDavid clip, the fans mobbing him and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. The Oilers being Oilers right now in Edmonton is a thing. Take us back. When did you guys, because Daryl put you guys in hotels, right? When you were at home? How did that work? When did that start?
Yeah, it was that generation. It
wasn't the whole way.
We stayed in hotels in Buffalo. We stayed in hotels in Buffalo.
When you're in the playoffs.
Yeah. It's been around forever.
Yeah.
Not forever, but a long time. I don't think Daryl ever said we had to stay in the hotel.
Was it because you were a good road team that year? Or just remove all distractions? Both?
They just remove. They make it at that point. Again, don't quote me. I've got CTE, but I'm pretty sure it was, we've got rooms.
Yeah.
You can stay in the hotel.
Sure, okay, yeah. Because and just at that point, anyway, I wonder if that would be something that I would offer if I was running the Oilers. I'd be offering that to
Oh, I would be surprised
Right
if
by
it's
the
not
rink?
available.
Yeah.
right by the rink. We'll take your food, everything's taken care of anyway. Just
Get Connor his beer loaded up.
you can't
already.
pick
Well,
up
and
a
you also,
sixer
the
without
other
getting
thing you
mobbed.
also have is you've got a room full of therapists and IV bags and like
Yeah.
your access to whatever you need is there, right? And you're
That's
not
a good point.
Yeah, I don't suppose that Brandon Montour is having a hard time going to the shopping mall or whatever, going to the grocery store, wherever he
No,
has
I
to
agree.
go necessarily.
Not a hard time, but I'll tell you what, the year we went to the finals in Florida, it was mayhem. I've told the story. Like Brian Scrudland was the captain, and the mandate was if someone wants an autograph, you damn well sign it. I don't care if you're sweating and have gone through 7 shirts. They had radio stations set up in the parking lot, doing this shit right from the practice rink, and there were hundreds of people, hundreds. And after every skate, you signed every autograph. There's no way the Oilers or the Panthers would make
No,
it.
I guess
point I'm
what
getting
I
at.
mean is if you're away from the rink, if you're just mixing in,
You're still,
in
I guarantee you,
society.
Brandon Montour gets noticed now. They're a big deal down
yeah,
there.
okay.
It's not going to be mobbed and not everyone, but I guarantee you those guys are, it's a Stanley Cup 2 years in a row. They're going to be very popular.
There's a lot of storylines that are, I mean, shit, we're in the same boat, having to talk about games that haven't started a week between that. And one of them is, and we talked about it, I think, with Noodles yesterday, the great job that Sasha Barkov has done in a defensive role against some of the top stars of the league that they have faced through 3 rounds. Take a look at the graphic here. Nikita Kucherov, David Pastrnak, Artemi Panarin on the ice for just 1 goal scored. And that was Panarin in game 6 of the conference final, a game in which they, of course, were victorious. So that's a nice body of work for sure. And he's already regarded as one of the best shutdown centers in the league.
The best. There's no one
the
better.
Selke. He is
the Selke's his for as long as he wants it. This is Bergeron, but bigger and younger.
Yeah. Counterpoint to that, to one of our colleagues, Jason Gregor, Oilers Nation, Sports 1440, whatever it is, Jason Gregor show, throwing out the other side. And part of it is, all due respect, McDavid is not Pastrnak or Panarin necessarily. I understand all the discussion asking how McDavid will produce versus Barkov, an elite 2A center, but I'd be surprised Florida can win the series if their number 1 center is on the ice for 1 goal 4 at 5-on-5 in the series like he was against the Rangers. Slowing down Zibanejad much easier than slowing down McDavid. Can Barkov slow down McDavid should he be asked just as often as how McDavid will handle Barkov?
I don't know that I've seen McDavid getting Selke acclaim, so I'm not really seeing what Jason's saying here.
He's saying that McDavid is not Zibanejad. McDavid is not Pastrnak or Panarin. It's a much more difficult challenge to take on McDavid.
He's the best player in the world. We get that. Yes, Jason.
My thoughts on it all, just to throw my 2 cents in, is that you can praise Barkov and it's well-deserved and he should be praised. It's a team effort. You're not shutting down McDavid or Pastrnak or Panarin or Zibanejad by yourself.
Yeah, there's 2 things happening. He is the best defensive center in the game, and this team is very good defensively and has shut down other team's star players.
And in there, he had said your number 1 center, was on the ice for 1 goal 4. So you're in essence sacrificing offense to shut down their offense. It's worked for them. That's one of the things that they'll talk about.
Well, it's because they get all their offense on their second line.
How
right?
do
That's
you
what
contain
Chuck loves.
the best player in the world? Can it be done? And going into the Dallas series, it was the Tanev pairing. They're going to be out there a lot against Connor McDavid. How are they got to shut him down? And they had 3 goals in this first game. So
okay, but what's considered okay, and that's further. What's shutting him down mean? Because he's not going to get zero.
He's not getting zeros.
If you hold to less than 7 points in the series, that's a huge win. And I don't know that that's even possible.
And even that number, it's like,
what, 31 points through 19 games?
What if they win 7-0 one game and he gets 6? Like, all those battles matter, but none of it matters except winning. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit at the end of the day, 3 weeks from now, to go back and go, well, Barkov, no, they won or they lost. whichever team. I don't care if Barkov did a good job on McDavid. Did you win?
Yeah, well, and it's kind of like with noodles. There's a million ways you can break down the series. You can look line for line. You can look at goalies. You can look at special teams. You can look at certain matchups. This guy could be an X factor. Like these two teams are going to play, and we're going to see who's the better team.
But it would be guy. So for Paul Maurice. I was going to bring it up, but the conversation kind of ran long. You had said, I think it was last week, Rhett, that if there's one team that feels like you don't adapt your game, you can be conscious and you can be aware. And by all means, when 97 is on the ice, have your head on a swivel a little bit. But teams adjust for us. We don't adjust for them. That the Florida Panthers have that identity and their style of play. And if it's the Rangers or the Bruins or the Lightning, whatever, that's how we play. And I think there is something to that, right? It's you got to Draisaitl and McDavid are the two best players in the world, but I don't think Maurice is coming in with a whole new, okay, boys, gather around because we are scrapping everything and it's a whole new model here for this series.
Yeah, they're not going to come in and go, okay, we're playing a trap. The Jacques Lemaire sit back and watch. Like
they're going to dance with the one they brought.
I don't think you got to the Stanley Cup Finals. Neither team is adapting anything. You give us your best. We'll give you ours. How's it going to play out? Are there small adaptions that you're going to? Yes, but I'll bet you they'll watch a bunch of video. The guys will understand the tendency of the guys they're playing against, and it'll be like, open the gates, let's go.
Yeah, I think you're going to want to watch each other's power play and penalty kill, I guess, patterns or habits.
Yep. And that's as important for the goaltenders as anything.
Yeah, you better know Leon likes to shoot from the bottom of that red circle.
You think that the bobber is going to let 3 in from Draisaitl from down low and doesn't know that, that's
why
weird.
He shot it
like, so I just, they always know now. The details are always there. They'll be even more dialed in, and I'm talking about both sides, understanding what each side's trying to do, but you're not changing game plan. You're not changing your own style. You might see a gap on a power play or the way the other team defends and go, let's expose this if we can. But we're talking about little, not big, massive general philosophy changes.
Yeah. And they've played teams where they've got lines that you want to key on. It's not like they've been rolling 4. We don't care about matchups. They've played the matchup game to the Barkov stat. Like they'll continue to do that. That's just being smart.
Yeah.
McDavid.
He's going to get some rings.
I'm
just hoping it's in another city. Somehow. 2 more years.
The lacrosse field the other day, just talking with some Sabres guys, a Sabres guy, even Sabres fans, and talking about the series. And I said, yeah, lottery ball. And they're all like, oh.
Yeah,
everything changes if that lottery ball comes up different. It's like,
the Oilers had 11% chance to win that lottery. That's the 4th time they picked first in 7 years. And Buffalo had one of the worst regular seasons and orchestrated as such to have the best chance of McDavid. The Oilers were trying to make the playoffs both years. They got Draisaitl and McDavid.
Yeah, it's a boring conversation, but it's fascinating in a way because if you play it out, it's just the whole landscape of the NHL is different. Draisaitl staying, like I don't. Whatever. It's a fun off-season conversation, maybe.
Just kind of.
We got till Saturday. This is the classic dead week.
Ping pong balls. I'm just kind of going here because I read something this morning about Major League Baseball and how theirs works. Because the White Sox are straight garbage. But because of their anti-tanking rules, they can pick no higher than 10th in 2025.
Brand new for baseball. It has forever been the worst team picks first because Mike Trout doesn't go first overall. He goes 20-something. And like you swing and miss on 1-1 guys all the time. It is very different than the NHL draft. You've got high schoolers, you've got college guys.
But you're missing the point is what it's not about who's available. It's about
I'm just providing some context. That just changed. That's all.
Such large market teams cannot pick in the lottery in consecutive years. And due to that rule, the White Sox can pick no higher than 10th. So regardless of how you win 1 game, you win 0 games.
Yeah.
They are so focused on anti-tanking
They are now. They hadn't been forever. And this is the NHL did the same thing after the Oilers won. They've tweaked it twice since, and if you've won it, you're ineligible to win it again.
God.
For a certain amount of time.
More difficult. I mean, you obviously you got Trout and Ohtani and guys like that. I feel like the one guy in baseball makes it, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, harder for the one guy to swing
100%. You're the two best players in the sport on the same team, and they never made the playoffs. That's Trout and Ohtani. Like, you need a team there.
And it's timing. The Oilers won the lotto
the year
you really wanted. Now they won it other times too, but
Yakupov was not a good year. They won that one.
The one you wanted to win. That was the year. Now you guys know how I love to. Oh, and I guess two things before we move on. Not everything's looking rosy for the. I'll defer to you guys. I'll let you guys. Have you heard of such a thing as the Drake curse?
Yes.
Drake, Drizzy, Drake, Drizzy. He's a rapper. He's
been accused of a lot of things.
Yeah, he has been.
He's also a child actor, was he not?
Yeah.
Or teen
Before
actor?
you throw it up there, Jack. Drake, he likes to put down some shekels. He'll put his money where his mouth is. He likes to gamble and bet, and he's a big sports fan. But it seems now there's been some wins, but there have also been some colossal losses, some big bets that did not come through, to the point that it's like what the video game, the cover of Sports Illustrated, it's become a bit of a curse when Drake puts some money down on you. Now Drake has slapped some money down on the Stanley Cup final. Do you subscribe to the Drake curse? And is this bad news for the team who he selected?
Did you have an image as you said you were getting Jack to wait?
I don't know if
There we go.
Because he's taken the Oilers.
It's only putting $500,000 down though. Whoa!
500 large on the Oilers to beat the Florida Panthers.
No, what do you bet? He's got a stake in the stake. He's not using our pals at Betway.
No, he's got a stake in stake. He does have a stake. He's also put $500,000 down on, I believe, the Dallas Mavericks to win the Hoopsters.
Yeah, they're gonna have a tough time in the Stanley Cup, but the Mavs, okay.
So I subscribe heavily. The answer would be I do subscribe heavily to the Drake curse.
I don't subscribe.
Absolutely a thing.
I pray for it to continue.
Yeah,
I think aside from the Raptors win, he's pretty much over.
They laid out
he'll show up at a big game wearing like a AC Milan jersey, and they get torched in Champions League
in the Super Bowl. That was a big one for him. He's had some boxing ones that have gone sideways, and he likes to throw it around. So
when you say big one, there's a win or a loss, like
what?
When he had the Chiefs,
one.
So this year, okay,
yeah. He's had some big wins, but it's been some losses there.
There was a run there where he showed up in a jersey, or he'd show up, and it was just like all the fan base was like, no, and sure enough,
no doubt about it. Hey, Outdoor Dental. We've been telling you about it for weeks. We've been telling you about it for months. We've been telling you about it for years. And if you are someone who snores, if you find you're tossing and turning in the middle of the night, and it's man, I just feel tired, I'm fatigued all the time, then you're like, well, why are you telling me about a dental office, stupid? Well, listen, don't call me stupid. Don't call me Shirley. Outdoor.dental is the website. They have the Soleil laser, which they do use for their dental work. They also use it for your snoring issues. It's the soft palate in the back of your jib. It gets all flabby and floppy, and that's a root cause of your snoring. They get in there with the Soleil laser. They put some topical numbing thing on there. 2 15-minute treatments. Tightens her up back there. And then that air when you're sleeping is just free to do its thing. In and out. Out with the bad air, in with the good. Out with the bad air, in with the good. That sort of deal. 2 15-minute treatments. And as you said, Pinder, if you've got benefits,
most of it covered. Usually,
you'll get a good chunk of that taken care of. Find out more at Outdoor.dental. Go and see them. You're gonna walk in there. This is nice people, beautiful place. It's not intimidating. It's pain-free, as we've been telling you. Or just in general, if you're looking to change up your dental game. I'm tired of going to the old, tired dental office. Yes, science. Science is real. Embrace science at Outdoor Dental.
Hank's Hammer and Dental Office. You're going to switch it up?
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah. It's right beside the auto body shop. Yes. They just pass tools back and forth. Yeah.
Let the drill go.
Hey, have you got my angle grinder? Yeah, I got a bicuspid here that's giving me a outdoor.dental. Go see Dr. J. Patel.
It's a good boy.
Yeah. Now,
Father's Day coming. There's a gift for your snoring ass old man.
Side grinder, angle grinder. You know how I hate talking about drafts, past drafts, and when you go back and revision and you look and see who should have been taken, you know how I hate to do that. And Pinder, you brought it up yesterday. You were being cheeky, so I just thought, I thought, well, I just hate to let you down. Now, before we get into it, 2003 draft. Do we remember it? 2003.
That's the epic draft, right?
Well, yeah, and you know what? It was your buddy Jay Fresh who actually brought it up, and he looked back. And I'll take a look at the 03 draft, that first round. That was
everyone played.
Who's who? Everybody played for the most part, or at least played big roles.
I think a huge specimen got a couple of games. He was the last time.
Yeah, he was the last one to get in there. But anyway, it was this. This is a draft that's going to be one of the ages. We're going to talk about this forever. And his point kind of was, maybe not. When we look back and what we could do. But what is shocking is who the top scoring player of that draft was. And before you show it, this is Marc-Andre Fleury, Eric Stahl, Vanek, Suter, Coburn, Phaneuf, Jeff Carter, Dustin Brown, Seabrook, Parise, Eric Fair, Getzlaff, Burns, Kessler, Richards, Perry. That's this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Bergeron in the second round, not too shabby.
Yeah.
Shea Weber, round 2. We remember that one. Tim Ramhold. Louis Erickson played over 1,000 games. But it might shock you who the top point getter from that entire draft was.
7th rounder?
7th rounder. Take a look at this.
Joe Pa.
Can you believe it? Now there's some longevity in there, but Stahl's played more games.
Wow.
And he's right there. He's 5 back, but
and to be fair, Stahl jumped right into the league. Joe Pavelski didn't play till he's 22. 18 seasons in the league, USHL, then college, then the NHL at 22 years of age, 18 years later, the deepest draft class of all time. He leads it in scoring with 1,068 points.
7th rounder.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's not Fleury in the 9th, but it's pretty good.
I just had no idea. Well, and that's the thing. This was that draft. You just had to have assumed it was going to be somebody in that first round. Now, it's an outlier for sure, because then you start going, okay, well, Bergeron, yes, was the 2nd round, and that's first.
Justin Byfuglien in the 8th round. My God.
Byfuglien in round 8 is a good pick. Lee Stempniak, former Flame for, is he forever a Flame?
Oh, gotta be.
Yeah. Matt Molson. He was good for a short amount of time.
Cracking a couple of Matt Molsons. He was
Really
playing with the Bears' line. He was great.
That's right, until he came to Buffalo.
Yeah, that's weird. They didn't have Tavares playing center ice in Buffalo, I guess.
Yeah. Clark MacArthur. Good guy. Carl.
I would think, Perry, there's Getzlaff. That's you look at Anaheim, 19 and 28. What could you even expect at 19 and 28? Okay, it's a really good draft class. Okay, well, maybe we get like a middle 6 center and a second pair defenseman. No, you have 2 guys with a combined 2,000 points, basically. Like, what are we talking about here? Those aren't even top 15 picks.
And it was crazy. Both of those guys. I mean, I guess Getzy, Hall of Fame. He's not a Hall of Famer.
He's not eligible yet, or he'd be coming up right away here.
I just mean because he's done. But you look at his numbers, 282.
Way too low.
That's way too low.
Not the calling card.
But he's won
points.
He's won a lot on the world stage. He's got a
couple golds, I'd think. He's got to be Salt Lake and Vancouver, right?
Yeah. Corey Perry would be the same, I would think. Anyway, you look at Anaheim. You hit on both of those picks in that year.
Yeah.
Getzlaff, Perry, you're set. They won 1 Stanley Cup and still needed Scott Niedermayer and Chris Pronger to do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Right? Hard to do.
One's really hard. 2's almost impossible. And to go, they were so good for so long. Like, honestly, I think, what was it, 5-6 years in a row they won the Pacific, and that was when LA was really good and San Jose was really good. That was a decade and a half of a very, very good team almost the whole time.
And did they win right? Because I know Pronger.
03.
Well, Pronger went there after the 06 run in Edmonton.
Right. Oh, sorry. 07. That was the other one. Yeah.
And then they won
against Ottawa in the final, right?
And was Niedermeyer, was that his first crack at it too? I'm trying to remember because
because they beat us in Game 7. Niedermeyer was there the year before.
Rob the Bot or Scotty?
Both.
Yeah.
I think Glenn Cross was around those guys because the lockout year he was in there in Cincinnati, which was their farm system. Yeah. He wasn't there, but he was around some of those guys. He was like, wasn't surprised when out of that lockout that Anaheim won 2 years later because it was like all those kids. He's like, oh yeah, they're going to be good.
Played in New Jersey. This is Scott Niedermeyer. Played in New Jersey the final year in the 04 year.
How many cups in Jersey?
That's a good question. Couple, I would think.
I think so.
3. Then goes to Anaheim in 05-06 and then Cup in 06-07. Decent hockey player.
Better than his brother.
So if you want to talk about not maximizing return on a UFA, New Jersey, you really should have got something for Scott Niedermeyer in the back end there.
Was that was a UFA walk?
I think it was. Yeah, I think they took him right too. But at that point, it was one of those things again where
War Cops, Jesus,
he wanted to play with his bro. Anaheim had his bro. That's smart. Just smart, go get the brother so you can get the brother.
Jason Strudwick's cousin. I didn't know that. Did you know that, Rhett?
Did not know that.
Wow.
Man. And could he grow a beard?
Yeah.
Oh man. When it playoff time, lush. It's just, that's a manly man. That's a man's man. And is there anything he didn't win while we're talking?
1 World Junior gold, 2 Olympic golds, 1 Olympic World Championship gold, 1 World Cup gold. We forgot about those. And then also won a Memorial Cup, Hockey Hall of Fame, 4 Stanley Cups, 1 Norris, Conn Smythe.
Played when Lidstrom played. Too bad, Scotty. 1 Norris.
And twice in the Western League in the title.
But you know what? Does he have a Jasper Pond Hockey Championship?
If he wants one, he can have it.
We're looking, right? The planning is in the works.
It's Thursday. Don't make me drink out of this. I have to go to the gym.
Yeah, don't. Not a massage this time. Yeah, that's nice. What does it smell like? Because I'm guessing it just didn't get cleaned out.
It's been rinsed.
Yeah.
I'd rinse it again if I was going to drink out of it.
Of course you would. You're not
if
animal.
you could use the water.
Yeah.
Get no water.
Don't, because Nenshi will come down there and punch you right in the fucking mouth. I guess we can get into the thing. There's things going on. Yeah. Are you talking about Zegras in the Pinder Report?
No. Give me all your Zegras. What's going on?
Well, it's this is zero shock if you've paid any attention, but Zegras available in Anaheim. We're not shopping. They're not shopping, but I think and he's not a throw in any deal. But if you were to call up Patty Verbeek and say, "Hey, what is Zegras?" He's not hanging up the phone on you.
2 60-point seasons in his first full 2 seasons in the NHL. And then pretty quietly faded to hurt a lot last year. Was it 15 points in 30 games?
Now, I was going to say, before Jack puts up the points, it's okay. You're Craig Conroy. What are you looking for? You're looking for youth. You're looking for skill. We need some skill. You might need to look for some reclamation projects. You might need to look for some wild cards. Now, we watched Zegras pretty close the one game there last year. It's like, this guy does not have a whole lot of compete or give a crap in his game.
Yeah, I don't doubt the skill, Dean. I think it's all about what's the human you're getting here. How invested is he?
Yeah, the human, not so much is he a good human.
No, but does he want to win? Does he want, what's important to you? Is it being at the hottest club in LA or is it winning in sports? Like, you're talented enough to have 100 points.
And again, there's the things on the Flames, rumored to be among teams that are not circling, but they've inquired and have had conversations about potentially getting a Trevor Zegras. In some ways, he does fit that mold, I would think, that Conroy might be looking for. A guy who was a first-round pick, has a ton of skill. His game has dropped off. You're getting him. He would not be available were he still at the level that he was playing.
Yeah, it's weird because
I just want I'll finish my point because I do want you to talk. Just it's less about where Zegras is, and it's more now where you see the Flames are at. You've got draft picks and different things, but you know what the Flames. It's a rebuild. You know what's going on. Is this a flyer, depending on the purchase price, that you would entertain?
When this is a really distressed asset and it's cheap, I'm totally in. They're not what they're wanting right now. Absolutely not. They're selling a guy that he can be a point per game player in this league. They're not saying, hey, here's a guy that had 15 points last year. We'll take a third for him. They're going to want a first plus. That's not where the phase of where the Flames are at right now.
Do you know that's the case?
I would think that's, yeah. If you look at the age and the value he's provided them in his first 2 full seasons in the league, they're not like, they don't, he's not a fit character wise for what Pat Verbeek's trying to build.
Right.
But they're not quitting on his ability to be a good NHLer.
But I think the notion here is that the price has come down, that Verbeek is at a point to, and I see what you're saying, but he's at that point. Yeah, I'm building something here. I've got some young guys coming in. This is not an Anaheim Duck the way I see my Ducks team. So I don't know that it takes the first plus anymore.
Well,
but it's still,
I think what Pinder just said is it's what
if
are
it's
you
a second rounder? Yeah, go get him. That's not what I would think. Talking with people around that organization, that what they're looking for.
It's every trade is what you're getting up or giving up and getting back, right? Like, if you're
what's the second first?
Pardon me?
Vancouver first?
Yeah, 28.
28. Yeah.
28.
Do you do 28?
I'd have to look at what his contractual obligations are. The last thing you'd want is this guy to have a good year and then he's gone. Like, what you really want are pieces that fit your window to be good again, right? And you could theoretically take him on as a pump and dump thing, where like they're going to do with Kuzmenko probably, where it's like, okay, he's a distressed asset. We'll bring him in, get him feeling good, put him in all the choice, minutes, power play one, opportunity the hell out of him, and sell an asset that's worth more. You could do that.
2 more years at 5.75, then a restricted free agent with arb rights.
Consider this point. Again, it's what you got to give up to get him. You got to put seats or asses in the seats.
Seats and butts. It's not going to be comfy, but
seats, and you have to have seats for the butts.
You need seats for the butts, yeah,
and vice versa.
Yeah.
If you get a guy like Zegras and he puts in some effort and plays and shows off that skill in town, that sells tickets.
It's a slam dunk. It's just the biggest if, right? Does Trevor Zegras want to be here?
But my point is about, well, if Trevor Zegras doesn't want to do it, and whatever I don't know. Again, I don't know can he get traded here? Does he have no trade? If you go get him, all that, Trevor Zegras at some point is going to have to come to the realization that if I continue on this path, all that money I was hoping to make and have will not be there.
Yeah. Is he a culture killer, or is it just a bad fit there? I don't know the answer. Craig Conroy has to know the answer before he makes a move.
Because I bet if you're talking about 28, pick 28, and like you say, if it's a first plus, let's assume it's a first plus, but it's that pick. Are you, do you look and say, well, Zegras is as good a bet as who we would take at 28, and then maybe it continues to spin forward down the road if we sign him or if we then trade him in 2 years' time?
You could also spin it as that he is going to be better than that player, but you're going to get 2 years of him, and then he's into ARB, and you might only have him for 3. Like it might be
but you also may get Emile Poirier. Like there's two sides.
No, we get it. Or David Pastrnak. We know the 20s is it's a coin toss whether you get a player or not. We get that.
I think it's less than the coin toss. You always trot out the numbers about
sure. No, we have percentages for the
deep
picks.
Into the first round, what the percentages are.
I'm
not saying either way. I just
it would be 30 to 45% between 20 and 32 that you're going to get a guy that gets to 200 career games. Never mind anyone that can get 60 points in a season. What is your roster trying to accomplish the next 2 years? Those are the 2 years Trevor Zegras is under contract. What are you trying to do? You trying to make playoffs?
Well, he's not an old man. He's 23.
No. But I'm not saying do or don't. Just play along with me here. For the next 2 years, you're trying to accumulate young assets. You're trying to keep your pick next year rather than give Florida's first away, I'd think. And you probably, in a best case scenario, could be a competitive, contending to make the playoffs team at the earliest in probably 3 years.
Okay.
Checkers.
So Zegras doesn't fit that, or does
If he doesn't want, if he wants to, he can be gone in 3 years. It's not a sure thing at all that he's here in 3 years. But he's got 2 years and then ARB, and then he can fly.
I think you're just managing. Well, it's his job is to manage.
It's the asset management game.
I would sell Markstrom, and if you can get into that New Jersey thing that we talked about and add on, it guarantees me I'm not going to finish in the top, or I will finish in the bottom 10, which means that next year's pick's still available. If I can move the late first for a guy like Zegras, that makes sense to me, because if Zegras comes in and plays, he can sell some seats, put some people in the stands.
Player when he's right.
And he can feed. You do have Huberdeau. You do have say it for me now. Kuzmenkov.
Come with me now.
You might have him.
Kuzmenko. But that's my point, is that if those two hit it off and they put up a bunch of points, I don't want them. It's the same scenario as Kuzmenko for me. Come in, play the piss out of them, get a gajillion points. If you don't like it here, we're moving you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and how did they acquire Kuzmenko? Did they go give a first rounder for a guy that scored 4 goals? No, they got him thrown in.
I know what you're saying, but these are two different things.
They are.
Zegras would still fall into the category. We want to be good in 4 years. Okay, well, he'll be 27. He'll very much be in his prime. It's just one of those rare ones where it's like, okay, well, you can kind of squint and see how it could. You're getting something tangible for one of those first round picks. You're getting a young player. You're getting high skill.
He's also
that you would ordinarily not be able to get. It's a positional need for sure. Yeah. I don't know. That's the other thing. I don't know how good he is. We just are so focused on points. Like, is he a good playmaker? Is he good? I don't know.
He's a classic offensively gifted player that doesn't defend well, but that's many superstars that are in the Hall of Fame are the same. It's not a problem. This is a one question thing for me. What's the character? I don't know the answer, because it's not going to be a lot of winning the first 3 years here for Trevor Zegras. And if this isn't a guy that's going to set the culture and teach people how to be good pros, I don't know if he is a good pro. I don't think he is a good pro. I think he's learning how to be a good pro. If the character's an issue, you can't do this, because he's not coming into a spot where there's going to be happiness and wins and mentorship. That's like,
well, and he hasn't had it yet. So, I mean, this is a guy that's never tasted winning at the NHL level. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm kind of on the other side. I don't think. But I don't think I would get him. But at the same time, if he was doing still what he was doing in the first couple of years, he had 23 goals
first two full seasons, 60 plus points. And it was like, what a wizard with the puck.
21 years, right? Like 21-year-old kid getting 20 goals in the NHL.
The big selling point. He was in all the ads and everything. The NHL was.
They brought him to an all-star game he didn't even make, just to do a silly deke with a cape and blindfold on. Like, this is a star. But the question is, does Trevor Zegras view himself as a star in LA, or as a hockey player that's upset because he hasn't won?
Yeah. Anyway, what conversation? You know what it is? It's food for thought.
F for T.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, those bastards blew me off last night. I guarantee you those bums are doing shit down there and ignoring me. Like, they're having meetings. They're talking about this stuff.
I saw they had, Flames, I think it was Flames TV, was talking to Sam Dickinson.
Might be there at 9.
There at 9. Might be there at 9.
What do you hear on Sammy? I know you got lots of eyes and ears around the OHL.
Be a real good player for a real long time.
Yeah, and might not be power play 1D, but top pair for his whole career. And
not elite at any one thing, but just real good and will play for a long time.
Yeah, I'd heard some sort of like Petrangelo light comps. That's a really good thing. And now there are some guys that can run your power play, but they won't be as good at the other end. This D class is interesting.
I feel like Conroy took a stab for some of those guys already.
Which guys?
The run your power play guys.
Yeah, they got some. They got Moran and Poirier, and Brstevich is going to be that. But none of those guys are slam dunks to be NHLers either. That's the thing. Like, they're not high end. They're like very gifted offensive, but might not be able to play in the league. might go lead the Swiss League in scoring type guys, right?
Easier to play in the NHL.
Well, I mean, there's only so many D jobs there, right?
And it's not a physical game in the NHL anymore. It's good for the little.
I once heard a guy say, it's a tough league to play in. Yeah. Thanks, Walks. I played it.
Thanks, Walks. Yeah, it's a tough league.
Yeah, they're a tough league.
Thanks, Walks. Let's do the Pinder Report. What else did I had some other stuff. I got
potato salad. Can you do homemade potato salad after the potato salad we've had?
No.
Yeah, that's
a quick
good point.
And absolute no.
Because of course you could, but it would just be nothing but disappointing.
Now, if you didn't, here's the thing: if you didn't have access to it, then maybe you do try. But as long as it's still in your ether, still in your world that you can go get it, no,
you're wasting your time.
Because I bought some potatoes thinking potato salad, and then it just hit me at the moment when I just brought it up. How do I make potato salad when it can't compare to what? No! Now, living here, do you think if I phoned that fella, he'd share with me some insights as to
bit of a recipe, maybe some hints?
Well, here's the thing: I've talked to him about it. There's nothing to it. He says it's just some of this and some of that, and some of this, and
and then you make it, and you're like, well, this is not the same.
He's leaving something out here.
This
isn't as much bacon as he has in his. What the? Yeah. Where's the dill?
But to your point, I've never felt the need to.
No, I wouldn't
buy it because it's right there.
If I'm down the street or even an hour away, I'm driving up there. I'm getting it. I'm not going to waste an hour of my life making it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Pinder Report.
No, this is good. Potato salad trumps that every day.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Pinder Report. New in-stock inventory on the ground, more arriving daily. New vehicle pricing, always MSRP. Check out the Pilot. Check out the Ridgeline, the Accord, the Civic. Award winners right across the board. Just ding, 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 bing, 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 bing.
Bing, bing, bing.
Best in class. And some of the best people you'll ever want to meet. The staff and management at Village Honda. They'd love to see you. Go and swing by, have a visit. They're your dealership for life, and they present.
Welcome, fellows. And before we get started, another birthday boy this week. Remember, because Jonathan Huberdeau just turned 31.
Oh, yeah.
The age, Rhett, what was it, 9 years after you got bad at hockey? 22, you said? You peaked? A much greener and more chipper and enthusiastic Yegor Sharangovich. Happy birthday, my friend. You 26-year-old found money. You 50 in the ski jacket, you
Belarusian hunk, you.
Your girlfriend's a fitness model. God bless you, Yegor. You deserve everything you've got.
You Lego aficionado, you.
Yeah, you Titanic Lego building.
You in your final year of a contract before becoming UFA and no idea what to do with you.
Yeah, I'm sure noted sane human Daniel Milstein will be throwing some very normal offers at Craig.
Oh, very level-headed conversations.
We think Igor is 8 times 9 for 72.
Craig, I could ask for the world.
Dan.
I could ask for the world, but you know what? You're new. Let's find something that just really makes sense. Let's find a reasonable number, shall we?
4 times 9.
Goosh.
I could get back into free agency before 30.
I don't think you could do a 9-year deal, Ryan.
No, it'd be 9 a year.
That's, shit.
It's the whole
I see
England thing, the term. And dear.
Yeah.
Dean, you were just saying I can't get enough of these mock drafts and all the volatility there.
Yeah.
But the problem is, Dean, I'm up to here with all this draft stuff. I can't do it anymore. So I'm just going to send you to flamesnation.ca where Pike is all over these things. Okay. So if you're confused, who is available when, Pike has gone and got all the latest rankings from all the fantastic resources out there regarding the draft. And he's weighted them all and averaged. And here's who's likely available and who's not. You can go do that with your time. Dude.
No, you know what? Here's the thing. Because I thought about it after the show. It's my interest is in what is Sam Dickinson? What is Soleil? You know, less about, well, so-and-so has him ranked at 12 and so-and-so has him ranked at 2. And this guy says he's 3rd, but this guy says he's 20th. What are you? Is more what I'm kind of.
That's a good point.
Constantinius. What are you?
What are you? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On Flames Nation as well, there are singular profiles where they do talk about the types of players here. And I think the reason there is so much volatility is because you have very, very different players, very, very different styles. It's not like, hey, these 3 scoring wingers, compare and contrast. Like, no, there's very, very different collection of items in there.
It's a lot of D. It's a lot of D. You've got
Could be 6D in the top 10.
big guys,
That's a lot of D.
small guys. You got offensive guys. You got guys that maybe aren't that offensive. Like, but this guy's going to be a real good shutdown, stay-at-home guy.
Big guys, little guys, fast guys, slow guys.
All kinds of guys.
Offensive guys.
Yeah. Big ones.
How much
small
D
ones.
do you like in the top 10, Rhett? 5, 6?
Don't be a D.
Don't be a D.
Don't be a D.
Good year to be
Words
a D,
to live by.
Jacob Markstrom, what's going on with him? What's happening? We got Jacob Markstrom news. It's Pike bomb. Oh, more on Flames Nation. Get over there. Pierre LeBrun, noted insider
And writer for Flames Nation.
No, this is LeBrun from The Athletic.
Oh, I see.
And the Flames Nation folks have compiled his reportings. A few other teams interested in Flames netminder Jacob Markstrom.
Well, I guess so.
Which would make sense because there are a few other teams that need to upgrade their goaltending, and there's not many goaltenders available better than Jacob Markstrom. LA, I'm looking at you. Toronto, I'm looking at you. Carolina, probably not. New Jersey, yeah. Who else needs a goalie?
New Jersey.
Edmonton, probably not. But 2 weeks to find out.
Rhett, what would you handicap? Percentage likelihood of a Markstrom deal / has played his last game as a Flame?
80.
Cool.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'll go 66.6%, Dean. It's not as dramatic.
It's a lot.
Damn.
Still a lot. Yeah, I can get that for you.
God
damn.
Thank you very much.
66.
Now, Pike was piking yesterday. Actually, we had kid ball by his house. So he came over and watched the young men put the boots to the Royals. We were chatting. He was at the convention center yesterday, which opened. They had a big schmooze fest. Look at this masterpiece, Rhett. On budget and on time, just like the library. We expect the rink will be the same thing as well. And it'll be a few blocks away. Some amazing photos and images from the inside as well. This is not a photo. This is like some.
I was going to say, so it's open, but we don't have. Oh,
there's a picture. Yeah, and there's the world's largest fireplace or something like that, which is very exciting. Going to be fuller or more full than that, I'd expect.
What do you do at a convention center?
I would say you host conventions. What are those? No idea. No idea.
Are we in that world? Could we?
No, God, no.
Could we do
No. That's
Dean, did you ever go to a podcast convention? I think you might have gone to one.
I was going. I haven't done it yet. That's where a lot of infidelity happens. It's when people leave their respective towns and married their spouses behind. I'm really gonna miss you. Yeah, I'll be back on Sunday. And then they get there and get into the sauce.
Yeah, that.
And the next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, like I'm doing the walk of shame, and there's stuff in your hair, and
Okay.
That's generally.
Well, we should look into that. That sounds exciting.
Awesome to have that in town.
Wow, in our backyard?
Unbelievable.
It doesn't sound that great because it's in our town, so we don't get to.
It's like Stampede, but people wear suits
It'd be like wedding
instead of
crashing.
cowboy hats.
You just have to slide in there uninvited.
Whole lot of fucking. I'll do a push-up.
Do 10. God damn it, Dean.
God damn.
Yeah, you can do another one of those.
Oh, well, you got to let me know. I need a little bit of, because I moved off of it there. Anyway.
Oilers are going to have to get a little bit tricky to beat the Panthers, Dean. This is a good team. Panthers really haven't felt like they've been in trouble. I know they lost game 3 against the Rangers to go down 2-1, but they kind of been the best team all series. No one is really that worried. But you know what the Panthers haven't faced? The city of Edmonton. This is from the Beaverton, who's doing some great Canadian journalism.
Oh,
here.
I see. Yeah, right.
Oilers plan to damage the Panthers' morale by forcing them to visit Edmonton.
Right. Yeah, they're going to have to do that. They are going to have. Yeah.
You have to walk over the zombies downtown by that revitalized core. And all right.
Do they have a convention center?
Not as exciting as the one Dean described, I'm guessing.
No, it's the Edmonton people that go to other people's convention centers.
Yeah. Is that how COVID started?
I'm going to miss you, honey. No, you're not. No, I'm not. See you Sunday.
Here's an interesting one that we always talk about, like, tax-free states. Go to the US after tax. Look at the list of endorsements in the NHL. There are some perks of playing in Canada. Ask Matty Tkachuk, who leads the NHL with endorsement deals and is a very well-known commodity in Canada, where apparently it helps to play to get endorsements. Tkachuk was 7. Draisaitl was 6. McDavid and Bedard and Matthews at 6. Nick Suzuki, Montreal. 5. Morgan Riley, Toronto. 5. Mitch Marner, Toronto. 4. Oh, and there's one guy on an American team, Jack Hughes down there, that isn't the top prospect in the game of Bedard, nor a guy that spent the first 6 years of his career in Canada in Tkachuk. Interesting.
So what's your point behind what's
I don't think we factored this in when we built our matrix of where the guys want to play. This is good stuff.
right? Yeah.
Darnell
this
gets
gets a free
now. What's
fucking
happening?
car and a bag of peanuts. Yeah.
Anze Kopitar is begging to get out of LA so he can get up here and get some of that Canadian endorsement.
Barkov, once he gets to Edmonton and sees it and all those endorsement deals.
That's right.
Yeah,
Sayonara, Florida.
Nate McKinnon missing out on that Tim Hortons roll up the rim dough.
No,
I guess Nate McKinnon does have the Tim Hortons dough.
It's only got one endorsement though that I've seen.
Poor Sid, not even to skip the dishes.
Sid has just said no thanks, but no thanks. I've heard many a tale of Sid saying 2 days of shooting. Nah, I'm good. Like, that's 7 figures he said no to for 2 days of work. Sid don't care. Sid wants to play hockey. Sid's like, enough money. You can retire in Cole Harbor, you're good.
It's like us. We get offered so many endorsements.
Exact same.
It's just,
I can't think of anything more similar.
We're not for sale.
Except
we're absolutely for sale.
Thank you. Just checking my notes. We are for sale. Actually.
We are for sale.
And that, by the way, that was a Seahorn bomb there. If you see the tweet.
Yeah, I saw that.
Seahorn?
Seaborn. Sorry, the B and the H. Let's move. The Utahs. You blew it! The Utahs are very close in. As Mark Lazarus has pointed out, 6 terrible names for its hockey team.
Come on, Mark.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone hates new names and new logos and new jerseys. New Jersey, Blizzard, Utah HC. It's hanging around too much. I got vibes it's Utah HC just because it's like it never looked like a hockey name, and it's still hanging around. The Mammoth, Mammut, Happy Banks, Outlaws, the Venom. Pinder Report likes that, and the Yeti.
Like, we can get down to a short list, and because he had said 4 when he was on McAfee. Like, get rid of the hockey club.
Well, they won't. It's still there. That's my point.
But I'm saying we can get you down to it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Not the Venom, not the hockey club. All right. So we got Yeti, Outlaws, Mammoth, Blizzard, the Blizzards.
Delicious.
So there's your 4.
Is it score, Rhett? What's your Blizzard flavor?
Yes. Double.
Yeah, that's good. You do double?
Wow, it's a
double meat.
Down here, they don't.
Score?
You got to have the Heath bar, which is as close as you can get.
Man, how do that country so much freedom? How do they not have good chocolate?
Yeah,
there's that freedom, but there's also a lot of other stuff.
Do you have running water? Because we
sure do.
Yeah.
Yes, a different story in Flint, Michigan, but.
Now, out of that, which is your pick? Pick one. You're it's the
what I like or what they're going to pick.
What you would want. What you would pick. I don't care what they pick.
Yeah, we'll find out what they pick later.
Because we're smarter.
I would take Yeti. You could have some fun there. Although there's kind of already that abs like on the shoulder Yeti. Maybe not. Let's do Mammoth.
Retro.
Mammoth is the hard one to say.
Mammut.
I'd go Yeti.
Dean.
I like Yeti.
Jack.
Utah Yeti.
Yeah.
I like the Outlaws.
I'd use the Outlaws.
I'm okay with Outlaws, Mammoth, and Yeti. Blizzard, not so much.
And it's going to be
because, like, if you want to talk about Colorado, like, it's an Avalanche, it's a Blizzard. I mean, that's very. So I don't think it'll be the Blizzards or the Venom. Give me some Outlaws, Mammoth, or Yeti. We're down to 3.
Yeah, and they're going to pick HC. You can just feel it, can't you?
Oh man, I don't. Why do you say that?
Oh, because it's unique and no one has anything like it. And that's what the Kraken did, and that's kind of what the Golden Knights did. It's like, we're going to be new. We're going to be the first to do this. We're going to be different. It's a freaking soccer team name for a hockey club. Or you go to Europe, and that's what teams are called. You can go Salzburg HC. Or, yeah.
Well, I'll say this.
Like it's hanging around too long. I'm worried about it.
Like with most things, I hope you're wrong.
Yeah, I know. I hope I'm wrong, too.
Ryan, back to you.
Yeah, not often. I hope I'm wrong, Dean.
Yeah.
Chris Drieger, former hitman, forever a hitman. former
Darren's
Kraken,
kid.
and current netminder for the Coachella Valley Firebirds. Close call last night, fellas. Have a look at this. What are we looking at? Well, you know the old cat eye mask on the goalie mask?
The HM30.
Whoo! That puck is millimeters from his eyeball stuck in his mask cage.
Keep your eye on the puck, though, hey? He's done that for sure.
Give yourself a...
Oh, my God.
But, Coach, you told me to...
Another.
Oh, my God.
I'm done.
It's Coachella and Milwaukee in the Western Conference Final. Coachella 3-0 stranglehold before last night. You'll have to research what happened there. No more freebies from me because I didn't do my research.
No, you didn't.
CFL, big day. Jack's jacked. Of all the 3-down leagues in the world, this is my favorite, fellas, and they will be kicking it off tonight in Winnipeg.
Oh, the peg.
Which actually is maybe the flagship and model franchise in the CFL the last half decade.
Yeah.
It wasn't always.
Titles, got a brand new barn that's everyone loves to play in. They're selling out games all over.
Is it a barn when it's a football stadium?
I don't know.
No.
No.
Yeah, a barn wouldn't be that open. Boy, you're gonna have a tough time keeping the breeze out in that barn.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Well, I guess here's the thing. It wouldn't be a CFL season opener if they didn't hit us with a janky ass bracket. And I'm not making this up. How will this look in November? Maybe it'll look like we know that the team's getting a bye somewhere. 2 teams. And then in the next round, there'll be 2 teams.
Stop the hammering.
Never change, CFL. God bless you.
What are they doing?
I know. That's after all of...
How will this look in November? I don't know how it looks right now.
Hopefully,
I don't know what I'm looking at.
I hope I know what the hell you're trying to do.
Christ,
by
by
the time it's
November. Are you going to hand out some pamphlets and manuals as to how to run this thing? Because I don't know what you're doing.
The bit? Like, how does this keep happening?
They're
Fire me up.
great. They're embracing it. Good for them.
Does it come with a PDF file with how to work it? Because I don't know what you're doing.
CFL, our balls are bigger, our field's wider. We play with an extra guy, and we don't understand brackets.
They are
like Stacey
trusting in AI too much.
They have to be trolling. I'm almost there. It's like, let's send out another one.
Another janky bracket. Then they'll know we're back.
Some people, they'll just, oh, it's the thing. And then other people that are kind of did they do it again? Like, is it just every time they put out a bracket? It'd be so funny if you were on the inside and that was it.
They're just dying at CFL headquarters.
They got some
billionaire,
some Regina Rocket running the place. And they're like, we're just going to keep putting these out until he notices. Until he kind of asks, what the hell? Yeah, I was looking at
the Riders will be the top seed.
I'm not sure I understand what this is supposed to mean. I'm biased, but I don't care. Yeah.
What about the Stamps, though? When do they play, Jack? Hey, you honk? You big 3-down honk, you?
Yeah.
When do the Stamps get at it?
Red and white or die, right?
One day. Attaboy, Ralph. Good boy. I like those jerseys. I will say that. The candy canes on the shoulders, excellent. Since they stumbled back into those a few years ago, big fan.
Yeah, but they've been horse shit.
Yeah, they've been bad. I'm not blaming the jerseys. It's pretty much the only thing that has been good. And seeing their season win total over under at 6.5 in an 18-game schedule.
And hey, you know what?
After that over starts tomorrow night, fellas.
Because we're about relationships, the three of us, and just in general.
Boy, we're good at them.
We're just, Dave Dickinson.
Yeah.
Good luck this year, buddy. You're big Dave Dickinson fans. And you know what? A very rare tip of the cap to our boy, Corey Mace, out in Regina.
I don't like giving tips of the cap to Regina, but he's
I'm going to Regina to watch. I'm going to do it.
Come on,
don't
Corey.
Go watch. Go hang with Mace. He'll walk you around.
I'm going to go watch. I'm going to sit at the sidelines. I'm going to help him.
Go get that Gopher Mobile or whatever. Gainer Mobile.
Yeah, and then in 2 years, when they finally get rid of that dummy in Buffalo, he'll coach the Bills retro.
Perfect.
Do they hire from CFL to go?
Yeah, sure they do.
Mason's a pretty proactive guy. I know he went down. And
who was Tressman? Remember Tressman went to Chicago, coached the Bears. That was a huge success.
Big success.
Chris Jones, huge. A massive move from running everything in Regina to the assistant defensive coordinator with the Cleveland Browns.
Mark Tressman.
Upgrades. Hey, Mark Tressman, you don't need to use 2 jars of ink for your hair for this press conference. Do you remember that? It's like someone turned him upside down and dipped him in tar.
Poor guy.
Dripping.
I think that was that Giuliani?
That too. This is cool from the Stamps. I give him credit. This is not CFL because this is actually cool and something that, you'd expect to see in the NFL or things like that. They got the drone tour, guys. Now, do you remember our fast food aficionado?
The Coke Zip is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He had a little bit to do with this thing coming out. You know, it could be a little shorter than the 4.5 minutes it is, but you get the full tour. You get to walk around. Is that your boy Dave right there letting you in? Dave and Ralph? I didn't know they were pals. Look at that. Into the room, Rhett. Someone's getting some work done on an ankle already. This is this good omen or is this normal? Getting taped up already, Dino? I don't know.
No, it's just prep.
Okay.
That's just everyday stuff right there, right?
Yeah. Now the trainer that's been there for 1,000 years, he's still there. He's a beauty.
Getting the helmets ready. Helmets are still so good.
Hey, you. There he is. Get the hell out of here.
Hopkins, get out of here. Yeah, that's right.
Get your ass out of here. You're not allowed in here. And then what'll be different tomorrow night is instead of 0 fans in the stands, as you see here, there'll be 20,000. And it's opening on a Friday. Usually they've opened on Thursday the last few seasons. So this is good stuff.
That's well done. Well done, Stamps.
Great weather day. And they're zipping around. They have the concessions. They flash all the dates of all their feature games. La, la, la.
I like those drone promos.
Is there one that stands out to you that is like the best or the gold standard? Because I remember they did a tour of the clubhouse at Augusta National ahead of the Masters a couple of years ago. It was like, whoa.
Well, I'm trying to remember. I think it was like, did Vegas do it? I think Vegas did one. The first one I remember was the Late Show with Letterman.
Oh,
where they went in and they did through the thing and up and around. It was it was great. We should do one for our studio.
Our empty studio with my kid with an earache on the couch this morning.
Comes up 1 flight of stairs.
Done.
Half a pivot, back down the stairs onto the sidewalk.
New jerseys for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
You like them or you not like them? These are their winter jerseys or winter white.
What do they call it?
White?
Ice?
Winter white.
Or cold or something.
They're playing indoors. I don't really get that part, but
yeah.
He's got a blue there. He looks like the Cowboys speaking.
Dumb.
Well, it's their purple. I would think, right?
They are purple. It's not that's not the best filter on there.
I don't mind it.
Jack?
Dumb.
It's clean, right? I mean, it's very clean.
I like the whiteout. It's clean, yeah.
It's got some silver there.
What do you don't like about it, Rhett?
I like that you wear your jerseys.
You grumpy old man.
Dean won't allow for a grumpy old man on the show. Please give yourself a timeout.
Please, I'm trying. It's my role.
Last night, the Surge in action at Winsport. How did it go? After an 0-3 start, Surge got to get right, fellas. And last night, our boy, Sean Rugsy Miller-Moore, was unbelievable. 27 points. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nice little two-hand reverse dunk.
Little slamma-jamma.
The hoop and the harm.
Was there harm?
A dime. Hardwoods.
I saw a hoop.
He's harming that hoop.
4 asts, 8 rebs.
Is that enough rebs for you?
And some decent PTS there.
It's rebbed for your pleasure, right? They're 1-3 now after the win.
Nice.
Home games Friday and Sunday against the stinking Sea Bears.
I thought that basketball players were the baggy shorts.
Are they getting less baggy? It's fashion, right? It changes.
I guess.
102.85. Look at that.
I crushed them.
That's snot bubbling right there for the
Those
Rattlers.
are short quarters, too. I think 12-minute quarters, like 102. That's impressive stuff there.
So do they
10-minute quarters?
What's the travel like for this league?
They've been staying home a bunch, but they're going to play as many on the road.
Shush,
so that means
just stop. Christ. So like Saskatchewan, are they flying? Are they in a school bus? Like what's the travel? How do they
fly?
I was going to say that's a quiet ride or flight home after a drubbing like that.
Probably going commercial. It could be rowdy if they got some.
They need
kids
more
there.
FGs.
Field goals would have helped a bunch.
Yeah,
that's good.
Because you get 3 for every one of those.
Hey, Dean.
Yeah.
What's going on Saturday?
This Saturday?
Yeah. What's going on? The Cup finals at night.
I'm like Rhett. I can't. That's too far away. I'm in it's a 24-hour cycle for me.
Okay, well,
I know that I've got it. There's this coming up. I got to take my kids somewhere for tonight. And I got a lot of,
we got something to help you.
Too far out.
Saturday, Dean.
Right.
Saturday. Boomer. Seriously. You should know. 3:00. Calgary against Forge.
You shouldn't have put the
Pinder
bottom
guarantees
part.
a 3 high kick minimum.
You shouldn't have put the bottom part in. That's not a
Or
selling,
maximum. You pick.
That's not a selling feature.
A 0 high kick guarantee if you want.
Yeah.
This is going great.
Yeah. There's nothing brings me more pride than being around when you start high kicking. It's like, that's my partner right there. That's my guy.
So
Look at him go.
You coming, Jack?
You should
Jack
go
and I
to
are waiting.
monitor to make sure he doesn't, Dean.
Yeah. What's that, Jack?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, all right. I thought you were going to say something.
So you're.
So what do we have to do to get you to come? Like, it's just nothing.
Yeah, what do we need to do, Dean?
You don't want me there. Like,
Well,
I think
literally.
like, we
you
need
think you
graphics.
want me there, but you really don't want me there.
Why not?
You want me sitting? You want this sitting beside you for a couple hours?
We'll get you 2 seats like right on a plane. What's the problem?
You really.
I took you to a game. You had a hell of a time. You took your kid.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Nosebleed.
Both
Stupid.
of them.
Yeah.
Fighting.
Nosebleed. My kid had nosebleed yesterday.
God,
Awesome.
it's just-
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
On the way to ball, white pants. Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, listen, go get him, Cavalry. I know how you feel about Forge, Ryan.
Stinking Forge.
3 drink. I thought it was like 3 drink minimum, but high kick.
Yeah.
It's not a
Get a
selling
ride.
point.
Easy
Very
3 drink minimum.
astute by you, Warner.
Not the only footy we got to talk today, as Canada is on the road in Rotterdam,
Seriously.
Holland, the Netherlands. Which begs the question, Dean. But who are the Dutch?
Who are the Dutch? You ever have one of those balls when you were a kid, like the little squishy, bouncy ball? The red,
Yeah.
white with the reds. Hey, we all had those at one point, didn't we?
I think so.
That's cool.
They're
Yeah.
bouncy.
You'd hit one in baseball and it would go forever.
Yeah. Interestingly, they will have poppies on the jersey as they are celebrated with, the Netherlands, the 80th anniversary of Canadians help liberate the Netherlands. Incredible stuff. Canadians played a very big role there. The Dutch like the Canadians over there.
Nice.
Maybe for 90 minutes this
You're
afternoon they won't.
referencing D-Day.
They had an 80th anniversary thing. They went to a statue. They took a team photo. Big stuff there. Good. Let's get to the dumb shit. We're better at that. Tim Nackey, take us away, bud. Day 3, week 2. Rhett's showing some fatigue.
It's day 8, going to blackjack and bidding 1 cent for every follower I've got. Week 2, day 3. We're in the positive this week. Need a blackjack today to put this fucker to bed. $13,800 bid coming right up. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, on day 3, week 2, we have 13,000 on the nose again, 400 each of the side bets. It's hard to tell looking straight on, but our dealer today could smell a Sunday roast on a Wednesday with a schnoz like that. I need to see good cards today, my man, backing up a blackjack from yesterday. 4 is gross and 14 is fucking grosser. With a ghost pepper on the line, suddenly I find myself staring down the depths of despair. That is an easy book hit. Would you go 5, 6, or 7, you slickhead? Fuck! No, he would not!
Oh.
No, he would not. He was running 8-18 and we didn't stand a fucking chance. Hoover McGavin. Oh, how's he staying upright? I don't know how he's not headbutting the fucking table. You can't win them all. We dip into the negative day 3, but I will be back tomorrow. And 2 wins would see me avoid a shoving of a ghost pepper. See you in a stiffy.
That's a tough one for the dealer there. He really took it from Timmy.
Those happen.
Australians golfing. They're different. They're built different. They're tough. They're not afraid. Hit your tee shot. Don't worry about these 2 snakes. Either fighting or mating. I don't know. Yeesh. Look at the guy. He's not even fully.
Hey, you guys, get to the convention center. Settle down.
Seriously. Go check out the world's largest
This
fire.
is not a teachers' convention. Get out of here.
Ugh.
Red, if you're working out, what's important to get in your diet? Build
Protein.
muscle. Yeah, that's right. Now, like, how desperate would you be to get protein into you if you're lifting? No,
Where's
not
this
desperate.
going?
Let's see. Let's take a look because this guy is absolutely destroying it at the gym. Looks like he's got a protein bar. Nope, that's pedigree dog snack.
That's got to be fake. Please.
Would you rather hit the tee shot with the snakes or
This
eat that?
has to be bullshit because there's no way that guy was going to have a chew of some food and then.
That's some brave camera work if that's real. I'll tell you that. Oh, it's so not. Dean, that's you. That's your water bottle.
It is my water bottle. Yeah, that's me doing
Gross.
some. Working my quads out.
Yeah. Cliff jumping. Rhett loves it. So does the shoveler. I think this is the shoveler going for a big one here. And you built some sort of swing here. So watch it. Swing away. Oh. The good news is the shoveler's got the wetsuit on, but I don't know that her face is covered.
And oddly, that is one of the best case scenarios for that thing to turn out. When you think of other things that possibly could have happened, you'll take the belly flop.
Yep. There's a rock wall there that could have played prominently.
Yeah.
We love old janky amusement parks, fellas. We really do. If you can find yourself some rickety old third world amusement park, go get some. This is quite a move. Grab it. Hang on. Now, can he stick the landing? Everyone's like, what is this guy doing? This is insane. And here he comes on the other side. No sweat. Got it. Nails.
Another one of those events where you feel like you need practice at it.
Yeah,
but I
that's
don't
not his
think
first time.
I don't. But how do you practice that?
It's the parkour dilemma. I think we've got a name for it now. The parkour dilemma. How do you get good at it without killing yourself?
Yeah.
Or do you just do it once and hope you don't kill yourself?
Or just why?
Yeah, why?
Why?
This is more my speed. Canada, Netherlands today. Can you drink a pint of beer without using your hands? Let's see. It's a bit of a party trick.
No, you don't have it.
Oh, we got it. Oh, look, he gets the foam in the eyes. Not ideal. But he'll stick through the the phone and everything. Your server at the ship's not going to be happy with that.
No, that's
no wonder we don't
childish.
No wonder we don't have any drinking water. This is
people wasting. Between Jack's buddies doing the drunken darts in the backyard and that, I don't know that we're welcome anywhere anymore. Big parlay alert. Remember that guy we used to bring on our old show, and he loved parlays.
Officially have a situation on our hands, folks. This is absolutely insane. Clearly, we're dealing with Nostradamus here because this man's got one of the best parlays in the sports world cooking as we speak. Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl winner, check. Real Madrid Champions League winner, check. And now we just need the Oilers to pull through. This person put a $1,000 bet with plus 58,400 odds, and he's got a shot at winning $584,000 if this man right here, Connor McDavid, McJesus, can pull through and get the Oilers a Stanley Cup. But it's deeper than that because there's a lot of variables here. We got to talk about hedge bets. We've got to talk about potential buyouts. I mean, this is madness. Yes, Connor McDavid seems to be on a mission from Valhalla to win the Stanley Cup, but the Florida Panthers are so good. Can they possibly beat them? If they go up one game and you get that buyout, I think you have to cash that in.
Yeah, I would definitely cash that out. Thanks for that. Good. Who'd win in a fight, a snake or a gator, Rhett?
It's not the size of the dog in the fight in a dog.
All right, I'll take the big dog with the teeth.
This is a one-sided affair.
Yeah, the gator is saying, I've had enough of your shit. Is basically what he's saying there.
apart. Snake doesn't even know where to bite. This guy looks like a rock.
That's your head, Snake.
It's like, hey, all right, settle, jeez.
No, he's settled now. You're not going to see much more movement there. And good night, Sweet Prince. It's one less snake in the jungle, right? Sorry.
Good. Get rid of him.
It's like, you son of a bitch.
And finally, I think we closed the show, the Pinder Report, with another snake. I don't recall this one. Let's see what Jack's cooked up here.
Look at her. Look at her. You can feel her strength. I'm just
Feel her
letting her go
strength.
wherever she wants to go, Jay.
Do you not look?
Wise thing to do with an anaconda.
She's just doing
But
whatever.
they're kind of sneaky. Sometimes they just decide to bite you.
Yeah, and the thing is, guys, they have. How many teeth do they have, Jay?
Oh, you know what? That's beyond my pay scale. I'm just
Couple
here having
hundred?
fun.
Couple hundred teeth, and the teeth are all kind of reversed. So
Reversed
basically,
teeth.
we're like fish hooks, guys. So basically, rather than go forward, if
the
you
cord.
get bit by one and you try to yank out your hand, it actually do more damage.
Yeah, cut you
Yeah.
up.
So cut you up really bad. You don't want to get bit by this girl. You don't want to be constricted
Yeah,
by her.
like I say, the good
What a great
news is
show
you
these
got
guys
a
putting on,
great
eh?
attitude and
Great attitude on there. What a girl. Why are you guys looking away? Nothing happened there.
I was
One of the
not
most reliable vehicles on the road. The Honda Accord is better than ever. Superior ride quality, reliability, impressive fuel performance, and economy thanks to the EXL Hybrid. Check out the Accord and the entire Honda line at Village Honda, located in the Northwest Auto Mall, your dealership for life.
It's an anaconda.
I don't like them.
And what's weird is I said like ostriches or giraffes. I got an ostrich giraffe video. Honest, it's very short, but it's a giraffe that's kicking an ostrich because he's had enough of its shit.
I don't think you want to get booted by a no giraffe.
A
No,
lot of leverage there. Long levers, Rhett.
yeah, don't mess around. That old man giraffe strength, it'll get you.
Old animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Jack's just
Making jokes about, oh yeah, you really stuck your neck out there. Listen, I've had enough. Yeah, I get it. Giraffe humor. Eat it, you goofy bastard. And they are goofy. I don't think they're very smart. I talked about yesterday. Little brains. Wee little brains in those stupid ostrich heads. Well, yeah, I suppose
Betway.
Little Betway. With Betway, you get a free bet up to $200 if your first bet loses. What? I know. Here's the thing. If you've been listening to us talk about our buddies at Betway, create a new account, scan the QR code on the screen, and you redeem that bonus. Then go in. No minimum amount required. You place your bet. If you lose, they are going to, nice little refund. Going to slide right back in up to $200. You can then go and use that like a credit to do some betting on your favorite sports. This offer only available outside of Ontario. That's right.
Here we go. I did bet against the Jays yesterday. Guess what happened? They walked off the O's in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to Vladdy over 1.5 total bases. No walks, just hits. A double would do it. 2 singles. All kinds of other permutations. Plus 105. We'll take it. And Ryan Mountcastle lives to destroy the Blue Jays via the home run ball. Plus 425 if he hits a ding-dong off Jack's boy, Kikuchi. Those are my bets of the day.
There you go. You can make your own bets if you so choose. Get the app, get it on your phone, get it on your tablet, get it on your desktop. Do whatever you got to do, but just join the action. Get in with Betway, and there it is. It's the QR code. If you're creating a new account, that's your bonus. Place the bet. If it loses, you'll get a refund of up to $200. Only available outside of Ontario. Ontario. Tomorrow's Friday.
Oh,
Hawaiian shirt day?
do it,
I
right?
guess what it is.
Don't be a coward.
I got
I'll
to
touch
remember.
base with our buddy Darren Drager, who is our
Dregs.
of course, TSN insider, one of our hockey insiders. He, because what we talked about, well, if it's Dallas and Florida, I might just be hanging at home. If it's Edmonton, we're probably going to Edmonton. So I
won't be there
would
yet.
think he will be joining Noodles and the fellas out in Edmonton for games 3 and 4.
Those are slated for Thursday, Saturday, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yep. Thursday the 13th, Saturday the 15th.
Yeah.
Edmonton.
Can you imagine having to go up there?
Can I imagine having to go up there? Do you mean to do work, to do this?
To do anything.
Well, if I was an Oilers fan, I think
to
it'd be
consume.
heaven.
No, I'm not talking about Oiler fans. I'm talking about
Yeah.
this is the
No,
three
God,
of us.
no.
Chat.
No.
Can you imagine if you had to? I got to go up to Edmonton next week to do. I've got a
Oh, if you had just some
conference
totally
Conference.
coincidental. Yeah. Oh,
yeah, it's been booked
hotels
for
are just-
6-8 months out. Yeah, it's that second week of June or whatever. We got to be up.
Yeah.
My God.
Be looking forward to getting some, but then you're still in
health and wellness fair.
But you're
all
in
these crazies in orange and blue.
Oh dear.
Hey,
you know what? Be happy for them.
Thrilled.
There's not much in life that matters more to them than the Oilers, and the Oilers are in the final.
It's a great accomplishment to get to the final.
Exciting.
Have fun, guys.
I like Bug and Mooner. It was about 6 weeks ago. I'm like, so which hand do you wear your ring when you get your ring? Which hand do you wear, left hand or right hand? Like, how does that is like middle finger? Do you go big fit? Like, just shut up. Just shush. I'm like, so I'm just looking at the summer, making plans. Any idea when your day with the cup will be? Because I want to make sure I'm available to go and have the.
Do they? How many people do get the cup? That's a good question. I know the players do.
Yeah, some staff get it for sure. Coaches, and I sent them on the. So, do you get your own float in the parade, or do you share with like Stauffer and Jack?
Pumping guys off the stage.
I don't know if Stauffer's the guy to share a float with.
He's like, dude, I'm just working. I don't know. Yeah.
If the Oilers win, the secondary ring market will be the highest of any other winning sports franchise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can get the old knockoff ring. You're going to see them everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was in section 212. We heckled the goalie. I was good for 2 of those that night.
That's right. Well, you know.
It's all right, dude. This week is killing us.
But here's the thing again. Or if it was anybody else in the Florida Panthers, but yeah, Stanley Cup's coming around. Yeah, it's whatever. You know, we have a real vested interest. Right?
Big breaking news here. Per Mark Lazarus, who covers the Blackhawks and lots of NHL for The Athletic.
I was Googling that, trying to
Chris Fosters is out as the Blackhawks play-by-play man. Flames broadcaster Rick Ball will replace him. Scott Powers with the story.
Go!
Sorry, Mark was essentially retweeting Scott. So Scott Powers, who covers the Hawks as well, with the story that our beloved Rick Ball is heading to the Windy City. I don't like this.
That's a tremendous move
it's great
for Rick.
him.
So Connor Bedard in Chicago cover his career. We might get a rink right now. We don't have any. We have no running water right now. We're hoping in a day or two we're going to be able to have some running water.
Rick,
but yeah, I guess try and enjoy Chicago and Connor Bedard and the Cubs and stuff.
Oh man. Honestly,
we go to. Can you take
incredibly talented, amazing guy? Hadn't had him doing playoffs for how long? Like, what the hell are we doing here? This pisses me off.
It's probably a Sportsnet conversation, and I don't know that I'm.
They know what they're doing. We can give them that. We wouldn't worry about that.
But I mean, listen. Sincerely, congratulations to Rick Ball. He has always been. I mean, you go back when he was doing Lions football. He was one of the best in the Canadian Football League, and then he starts doing hockey. And he's one of the best in the National Hockey League. Very smooth. He's clever. He's smart. His interactions, obviously, with Kelly Rudy were always. I mean, you could tell they were having a great time in there and enjoying each other's company. No, it's zero ego.
Like love.
And there's a lot of that goes around. Ryan, you would know because you were on that side of it. There's a lot of guys that got to shape their call and have their signature goal phrase and all this sort of stuff. Rick was just, who's playing tonight? I want to make sure I get
out of the way.
You know, awesome.
Shoot,
God,
good for him.
How do we do that? Where's our show going? What are we doing with this thing?
The someone just tweeting, losing to Foley, don't care. Zadorov, don't care. Lindholm, don't care. Hanifin, don't care. Losing Rick Ball. I don't want to live. This is the Scorch Stack on Twitter. Well done.
Yeah. Rick Ball going to Chicago. That's all right, I guess. Barnburner. What are they doing?
See you tomorrow, Dean. Maybe.
And Saturday.
How'd you like to be dead?
Oh, wrong one.
Is it?
Nope.
That'll do it.
See you, buddies.